Greetings, fellow musicians. Up to this point, we've only been playing the 7 notes of the C major scale: C, D, E, F, G, A, and B. More notes may be created by altering the pitch of these notes with symbols called accidentals. Today I'll talk about the basics of reading and playing accidentals. Let's get started. To indicate raising or lowering of pitch, an accidental symbol is placed on the note's left side. The sharp, flat, and natural are the most common accidentals. How exactly do you say it? Speak the letter name of the note followed by the accidental. For example, say A sharp, B flat, D natural, etc. A half step is the smallest interval or space between notes. To hear a half step, play notes on adjacent frets on the same string of the guitar. Or you could sing Ti, Do in the major scale to hear the sound of a half step. On the guitar, a half step is usually a 1-fret movement along the same string. The sharp symbol raises a note's pitch by a half step, that is, shift the note 1 fret higher. In the example, the first note G is normally played on the open 3rd string. The second note indicated, G sharp, is a half step higher in pitch than G. 1 fret higher than the open string is the 1st fret. Thus G sharp is played on the 1st fret of the 3rd string. This is how the sharps sound when they're played on the guitar. G, G sharp, A sharp, second measure, C, C sharp, D, D sharp. The flat lowers the note's pitch by a half step. In other words, a shift 1 fret lower. The first note in the example is D, normally played on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. The second note, D flat, shifts 1 fret lower. Thus, it is played on the 2nd fret of the 2nd string. Here's what the examples sound like played on the guitar. D, D flat, A flat, second measure, C, C flat, G, G flat. The symbol resembling an electric bolt is called a natural. The natural cancels out a prior sharp or flat. In other words, it restores a note to its original pitch. In the first measure of the example, the natural on the 2nd beat cancels out the prior flat, restoring the 2nd beat to D natural. Here's what the examples sound like played on the guitar. D flat, D natural, A flat, A natural, D sharp, D natural, F sharp, F natural. Sharps move 1 fret towards the body of the guitar. So for example, G on the 3rd fret, you move 1 fret towards the body of the guitar for G sharp. Flats are the opposite. Flats move 1 fret towards the headstock. So for example, D on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, D flat would move 1 fret towards the headstock. Another way to think of it, sharps move towards the right, flats move towards the left. The notes E and B are normally played on the open 1st and 2nd strings. What if you need the flat and open string? Flats for open strings are found on the next lower string. For example, E flat is on the 4th fret of the 2nd string, whereas B flat lies on the 3rd fret of the 3rd string. It's time to test your new knowledge of accidentals by playing the accidental blues. I'll see you in the accidental blues video in a few minutes from now.